to all the dispossessed youth of Africa, for perpetuation of communion with ancestral spirits through the fight for African freedom, and in the firm faith that the dead, the living, and the unborn will unite to build the destroyed shrines. Selah. Hello and welcome, beloveds, to another episode of Wake Up Africa. My name is Dr. Mumbi Saraki. How you doing? How's everything going? I really do pray that you are well in all your ways and that you're moving into living life truly in your own narrative outside of the Babylon system, because Babylon is crashing, beloveds. And if you are in any way consciously connected to Babylon, you will go down with Babylon. Nothing can stop the Babylon collapse. Nothing. Absolutely nothing, beloveds. But those are definitely stories for other days. Getting several emails from you guys about how Museveni has actually agreed to host 2,000 Afghani refugees at the request of the divided states. And this is really interesting because I think it shows, first of all, the level of self-hate that we have, because Haiti is also going through something. And you know what? Before I even came on to do this show, I Googled, I checked all the local newspapers to see if there's been any African response to what has happened, to the 7.2 magnitude HARP earthquake in Haiti, which they're still reeling from. The only people who I saw going in, UNICEF was like, we're ready to go help the children. The UN, there's already some international organizations that have set up relief funds. I mean, helping and aid is big business, and I think we need to recognize that. I did a show on praying for Haiti and just some of the background. Go through the comments, beloveds, because some things that they're said in the comments I can't even say on this public platform, but it will really open your eyes to what is really going on. But what's up with our self-hate? What's up with our self-hate? Like, we haven't sent any word. Maybe we have. If your country has sent a word out, please do. And if I'm going to continue doing research, and if I get emails, I will definitely do a show and correct myself if there's any African nation that has offered any kind of aid and relief. Because you see, in 2010, when the earthquake happened in Haiti, different African nations came out. They offered land, they offered money. I don't even know where that went, but they later refused to allow Haiti to join the African Union, based on Western tampering. That's my whole belief. But now, Africans are quite perplexed, that Uganda has agreed to host 2,000 Afghani refugees. They say it's going to be for about 3 months, and it was the U.S. authorities who contacted Museveni to do this. Beloveds, by the way, don't forget to like and share this video so it gets out to as many people. I'm telling you, I'm starting to see Museveni as some kind of principality in the Eastern African area. Why would he take in Afghani refugees? I'm gonna find you guys in the comments. Is there something more sinister planned? Because you see, beloveds, Kenya is also happy. I mean, this is just my side note. Kenya, we're having elections next year, and there's been a lot of movement with our deputy president going to Uganda. And don't forget, Museveni got Kagame in, or was very instrumental, trained Kagame. He's involved in Burundi. He's involved in the Democratic Republic of Congo. So he's got his fingers in nearly every nation, but he doesn't control Kenya. I don't think he has any hand in Uganda, although Samia Suluhu Hassan, Museveni was the first person that she went to see. So what is he some kind of like grand master of East Africa or something like that? Or has he just learned how to play the game so well? And why would the divided states approach Uganda and not other countries? Or did other countries like Kenya refuse to host the Afghani refugees? And all these things come at a price. So you'll say, okay, I'm sure Museveni was like, okay, bring 2,000 and send us like $2.5 million. But this is really a lot of Africans got very, I've gotten your emotional emails, beloveds, people not understanding why we love others so much, but we seem to not love our own damn selves. And this should tell you, beloveds, like, the colonial system never ended. We've never been free. What kind of message does this send? Because this has gone everywhere. What kind of message does this send to our youth? doesn't it encourage them to continuously have self-hatred and love, love thy neighbor more than thyself? So, authorities in Uganda, according to this lady called Esther Davinia Anyakun, she said, she's the Minister of State for Disaster Preparedness and Refugees. She said the refugees will be hosted temporarily at the request of the U.S. government. She said they will be coming in batches of 500 starting. They'll probably at 1,000 when you see this show. And some hotels near the airport had been booked for them. In her own words, we have secured some hotels. We expect some diplomats. Upon arrival, we shall begin screening them to identify diplomats who will be taken to the hotels. She said the U.S. will cover the bills for all expenses of the refugees. You see? I mean, hey, Museveni, man. I won't say too much, of refugees for their entire stay in Uganda. And he said, in Afghanis, the Afghanis they're trying to evacuate are the ones who previously worked with the divided states and supported them, worked against their own people. And the U.S. has sought third world countries to house refugees with their applications while their applications are processed for them to go to the divided states. And then they went on to say, Uganda hosts 1.5 million refugees from Somalia, South Sudan, Democratic Republic of Congo, Rwanda, and Burundi. And so these are just a few more. But I'm not sure if you've been following the absolutely humiliating withdrawal and defeat, like geopolitical defeat of the divided states in Afghanistan. And they're not the only, I mean, I don't know what I don't know what the Americans were thinking. Genghis Khan couldn't defeat the Taliban. Russia had to leave with their tail between their thighs. And there's something that they're protecting there. But I mean, within like a twinkle of an eye, the U.S. left like thieves in the night, just abandoned their mission. People are saying this is worse than Vietnam. Like what the divided states has done in Afghanistan is worse than Vietnam. It's such a humiliating defeat. We saw, even the locals welcoming in the Taliban, and the Taliban took over the nation like within 24, 48 hours, even though the divided states has spent trillions of dollars training up the Afghani military. They didn't hold fort. Trillions sending money over there. They've spent so many lives, and now it's just like they've left. I mean, there were allegations and rumors that the divided states was able to get back the Kabul International Airport. I'm not sure how far that went. I've really not been following this story. I mean, for me now, it's just touching Africa because, Museveni's like taking in some refugees. I'm like, but it's absolutely such a humiliation for the divided states. And, we've seen Biden even avoid talking about it. He had a press conference yesterday. He refused to answer any questions. Although, I mean, is he even fully mentally there? So, what do you guys take of this? Why do we love others so much and hate our own? No African government, and I wait to stand corrected, has offered any kind of relief, hope, condolences that would publicly, according to my research. But then we're so quick to take refugees from an area that really isn't any of our business. You see, these are the things, beloveds, that the ancestors won't tolerate anymore. Because I keep saying the spirit is in control now. The spirit of Africa, the spirit of Africans, the spirit of our ancestors, that's who's doing battle. The battle was in the heavenlies. Now it's on earth. They're the ones in control now. Let me know what you think in the comments below. Tuko pamoja.